All right, this is the sample problem for the SAT question number 2. The question says, in the figure shown above, what is the value of y? So if I look to the figure above, here's my y value, and I notice that the y is directly beside an 8x and it's directly across from a 4x. And they want to know what's the value of y. So I have to think for a moment, and if I think back to geometry, I remember that something special happens when two straight lines cross each other like we have here and here. When two straight lines intersect each other, I remember that the angles that are directly across from each other are called vertical angles, and those vertical angles always have the same measure. That means that whatever 4x equals to, y must also equal to the same thing. So I make a note that whatever 4x equals, it has to equal the same thing as y. So 4x has to equal y. Well, that did give me an equation, but I cannot solve an equation for two variables, so I have to figure out another way to solve. Well, I also remember that when I have a straight line, such as this one here, the angles, the adjacent angles that form that straight line, like the angle 4x represents, and the angle 8x represents, those two angles are called supplementary angles because they form a straight line, and that means they have to add together to equal 180 degrees. Because if you remember, straight lines equal 180 degrees. So now I have an equation, 4x plus 8x has to equal 180. And if I were to solve this equation, that would give me the value of x, which I could then plug back in over here, which would give me a numerical value for y. So that sounds like a good plan. So I'm going to take the equation that I set up and put together like terms. 4x plus 8x equals 12x. When I divide by 12, it gives me 15. So if x equals 15, I can come back over here, and in the place of x, I put the 15 using the substitution property. And then 4 times 15 is 60. So therefore that means y is equal to 60 degrees.